Hey, Robin.
Hi, Steph.
Can you believe we're kicking off series 3? This one is all about how healing actually works, what's really going on in our brains and bodies when we shift, grow, and integrate. We're going to explore the biology of change, not just the idea of it.
Yeah, I'm so excited about this one. In series 1, we explore the nervous system and trauma basics. Series 2 was all about relationships and connection. And now, in series 3, we're focusing on how change sticks. What makes healing real and lasting? How do we rewire for real?
And we're not just talking about hope, we're talking about biology. Your brain can change, your nervous system can learn something new. This isn't about just think positively. This is the science of healing, how it really happens.
If you've ever felt stuck in loops, like you know better but still react the same way, this episode is for you. We'll dig into neuroplasticity, survival pathways, and what helps new patterns take hold.
And if you've been in survival mode a long time, we want to gently remind you your nervous system is wired to adapt. You're not behind. It's never too late to begin again.
Let's land together for a moment. If it feels okay, gently bring your attention to your body. Maybe name 3 points of contact. Perhaps sensations where your body meets the surface beneath you, like pressure or warmth. If that's not accessible, you might instead look around the room and name 3 colors you see, or even listen for 3 sounds.
This practice isn't about doing it right, it's about arriving. There's no pressure to feel calm or focused. Just notice what's present. If it feels supportive, you might soften your jaw or notice your breath. If physical shifts aren't available or comfortable right now, simply bringing awareness to what you sense is more than enough. You're here, and that matters.
Let's talk about neuroplasticity. That's your brain's ability to change and adapt throughout your life. For years, people believed the brain stopped developing in childhood. We now know that's not true. Your brain is always changing in response to experience, environment, and repetition.
And that includes trauma. Chronic stress or trauma teaches your nervous system to stay on alert. But the same pathways that wired in survival can also wire in safety. That's what makes healing possible.
Exactly. And when we talk about rewiring, we don't mean erasing your past or pretending you were never hurt. We mean that your system starts to recognize that the danger has passed, that something different is happening now.
And here's the key: your nervous system doesn't change through information alone. So you can't just think your way into healing. The body learns through felt experience, through consistency, regulation, and repair.
Exactly. Tools like somatic practices, breath work, sound, movement, and co-regulation are how we offer our systems new input. And that's what creates change. Real embodied change.
Pretty cool. This is why we see healing as a practice. This is not an achievement. You might pause in a moment where you'd normally react. You might ask for a need to be met instead of staying silent. These small shifts, these are rewirings, and they matter.
And it's okay if the old patterns still show up. That doesn't mean you're failing. Rewiring is repetitive, and nonlinear. But each moment you respond with awareness instead of reactivity, you're creating a new path.
I love that analogy. It's like just picturesque. Check it out. It's like walking a new trail through the woods. At first, the path is hard to see, but the more you walk it, each choice, each pause, each moment of presence, the clearer it gets. Eventually, it becomes the default. That's how healing becomes integrated. With time, compassion, and consistency, those tiny shifts begin to transform how you relate to yourself, others, and ultimately the world around you.
It's important to remember that healing isn't always obvious in the moment. You might not feel different right away, but those moments of choosing presence, of coming back to yourself, that's the work and it counts. Let's walk through a tool we love. We call it the pause rewire.
Yes, the next time you feel a surge of emotion, overwhelm, shutdown, tension, pause for just a few seconds. Get curious. What's happening in your body? Can you name it without judgment? And if identifying a body sensation is hard, that's okay. You can start by simply noticing whatever is most available to you. Maybe it's your breath, your thoughts, or even the room around you.
Maybe your shoulders are tight. Maybe you feel pressure in your chest, or your face is warm. Say it out loud. Write it down, or simply name it to yourself. I feel tension in my neck. My hands are shaking.
I super appreciate being able to give this to our listeners. Just yesterday, I was sitting with somebody and I was having them notice what was going on in the moment for a stressful situation they had this week. And immediately they responded, I was cold. I noticed tension. And I was so proud. I had to stop and kind of like, high five. That's a new thing. It's pretty incredible.
Right? That noticing and just
Yes.
having the ability to like sit with it. I mean, that's what they mean when they say like sit with it. That's not you necessarily like sitting, it's you being able to like ride that wave, move through it. I love
Yeah,
that.
we're doing two things at the same time. I can sit with this and experience sensations, and it will decrease. It really will. And something you can do is ask, what's one small thing I can do right now to support myself? It might be turning on a song, changing your posture, stepping outside for a breath, or simply saying, I'm noticing this and I'm okay.
Even if it doesn't shift the feeling completely, that's okay. The goal isn't to eliminate discomfort. It's to stay with yourself in it. That's the rewire. When we show up with presence instead of avoidance, we lay down new patterns of trust and self-responsiveness. Here's your nervous system nugget. Healing doesn't require big leaps. It happens in those micro moments. Your brain learns through repetition, not perfection.
Every time you notice a cue of safety, every time you pause before reacting, every time you stay present for one extra breath, you're building a new neural pathway. That's how we heal. Not all at once, but piece by piece.
And remember, this might look different for everyone. If physical gestures aren't available or don't feel safe, offering yourself a kind thought, or even a slow exhale, that counts. The more you offer your system gentle, supportive cues, the more it will trust that safety is possible.
We hope this episode reminds you that you're not broken and you're not stuck. Your brain was built for adaptation. Your body remembers how to heal.
And no matter how long you've been in a pattern, you can begin again. Not with force, but with care. Your system is listening.
Next week, we'll talk about why some coping tools just don't work and what regulation really looks like. You won't want to miss it.
If this episode resonated with you, consider sharing it with someone you care about. We've been so moved by the messages and feedback from y'all. It truly is a gift to be in this together.
And remember, healing isn't linear, and we're here for the ride. Thanks for sitting with us today. If something resonated, we'd love it if you shared the episode, left a review, or connected with us on social media. We're two therapists walk into a podcast on most platforms. You can listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. This podcast is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not therapy, does not replace therapy, and does not establish a therapist-client relationship. If you're in crisis, please reach out to a qualified mental health professional or call 988 in the US. Robin Green is a licensed therapist in Arizona, and Stephanie Edsall is licensed in Utah. And this podcast is intended for a general audience.